right.
Well, it's a good thing we did that side quest at the end of the base game.
Yeah, this would make not a whole lot of sense otherwise. It's very easy to think Tyrea just died if you didn't do her side quest.
Although I am glad you were there.
Yeah, you really helped me out, Shulk, Miss Melia. And you too, Kino, Nene.
Tyrea, I didn't expect to see you here, helping Teelan with his research.
Yes, well.
Tyrea, she's changed.
Teelan, I'm going outside for a bit to get some air.
Got it. I didn't know you all knew Big Sis Tyrea. How'd you meet each other?
Well...
Tyrea and I share an older brother.
Huh? Does that mean you and her are sisters then?
Sisters? No. It's rather more complicated. But sisters we are not.
Well, still, that means you know her from way back.
Brothers?
What was she like? I've only known her here, in this place, so I gotta wonder how she was before.
She was...
Kid, you're asking some dangerous questions here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to know the answer to that, kid.
She was strong. Both in body and in her conviction for doing what she thought was right.
Wow! Pretty much the same as how she is now.
Yeah, there's that diplomatic Melia coming through.
Research, she's even more committed than I am.
So she has not forgotten her mother.
Where did you and Tyrea meet?
It was when she saved me from the Fog King.
On a trip to Alchemoth, like today.
What? No. At the time, everyone was still living there.
Before the Fog King showed up.
Yeah, and then, after we all escaped, I was kind of on my own, so Tyrea brought me here for safety.
One moment. Teelan, was your father not still around?
My father was killed by the Fog King.
Is that so? I'm sorry.
Teelan just like Kino. Brave little pun.
I think I'll get some air too.
Go ahead. I've still got things to ask Teelan, so I'll stay with him.
Good, thank you.
I appreciate how this heartfelt cutscene is just completely suddenly ruined by just Shulk wearing a scuba helmet
Miss Melly, Kino
or scuba mask.
Kino, please read
And then Melia's walk cycle. Or waddle cycle?
God, she's just like a tiny bit more accentuated animation away from just being like the going to the store animation.
Of all the people to meet out here,
How did you...
pure chance. After everything, I wandered aimlessly looking for somewhere to die. Then, at some point, I landed here.
So then, you were here all along?
That's right. And so, when the capital fell here, I thought Mother had finally granted me my boon.
But it was full of Telethia, and survivors cast adrift. Not to mention this Fog King.
Yes, he'd be the one to end it, or so I thought. Until fate had me save Teelan, and death ceased to be an option.
Your mother, she did not grant you a dying place. She gave you our future by crossing your path with Teelan's.
My helping with Teelan's research is a simple matter of give and take.
If you really believed that, you would not have treated him half so warmly. I can tell that when you look at Teelan, you see family. Even if it was once transactional, his research concerns the future of our race. That fact remains.
The future of the High Entia, huh? And what about you?
Me?
You must have heard. Our brethren in this land are suffering.
Yes.
You are the Imperial successor. The Crown Princess, war or no war? No. Empress now. What will you do about the future of our race?
I have not planned that far ahead. However, I know enough to realize what I must do right now.
I hope to see it. This future you will build for us. And when I do, I hope I'll be able to accept what I now am.
Empress Melia, so you are ready to lead us after all.
Could you just maybe, like, stop being a creep for, like, 5 seconds, dude?
From your path.
I don't know, he seems trustworthy enough. Being all willing to pick up stones for us, I guess?
Miss Melly, you here?
Yeah, but the stalking part, really?
Did you learn anything from Teelan?
A little. He said that for all the details, we ought to talk to Radzum in Grandel.
Meeting should be no problem. Teelan say he sent word to guard the Grandel ramparts to let friends through.
Before we visit this Radzum, I have something I wish to discuss with you all.
What is matter now?
The High Entia who live here now have lost all hope for the future. I have a duty. As the Imperial successor, I must safeguard their future. This will sound selfish, I know, but will you stand with me?
Of course I will, Melia.
Kino too. And also Nene.
Thank you. It means a lot to me. Right. Off to Grandel we go.
Alright. So before we go off, we can come back in and talk to these two again.
Oh, hey there.
Can't say I remember what that pod in the lab here is for, but if it's important, we'll learn more about it.
I'm sure it'll be fine. When has a weird stasis pod ever come back to have done something terrible?
You're right. There's nothing to worry about.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off if just, like, it's never brought up again at any point during the DLC.
Anyway, we can go look at this now.
Miss Tyrea seem like difficult sort of person to deal with.
Difficult, huh? Maybe so, but she's still far more mellow than before.
Miss Melia and Miss Tyrea.
Like, Nene's literally known her for about 5 minutes, and she's like, she's a bitch.
It's a little complicated to explain.
Complicated how?
I'm just not quite sure where
It's
to
a
begin.
good thing she never met Tyrea when
For one,
she was hanging out with that
Tyrea and
fucking
I
Telethia.
had never met until 1 year ago.
Oh god, yeah, no, if Nene had been in the party at that point, I don't think Tyrea would have
I
survived.
wasn't allowed to venture outside. Moreover, I never even knew of her existence. She, on the other hand, seemed to know about me. We never met because
Yes.
work had been busy.
Work.
But how Miss Melia never know her? If sisters, then of course she'd know.
That's true. How can I explain this? Tyrea and I have separate parents. Different fathers and different mothers, both.
Meh. In same boat as Nene and Kino then.
Just like you and Kino, Tyrea and I are not related by blood. But we had a half-brother with whom we shared a parent each.
Half-brother?
No parents in common, but a brother we are both related to. Therefore, Tyrea and I are not exactly complete strangers.
Meh. Brain of Nene's starting to melt.
I'm sorry. I did say it's complicated.
Nene does not understand. If both have same brother, why cannot be one family together?
Our parents being different. I and Tyrea.
You know, I do kind of appreciate the idea that the high NTF royal family tree is fucked up, but in a wide way and not so much a narrow way.
And so we struggle on.
It sounds like Miss Melia and Miss Tyrea.
Or I don't know, maybe it's only just starting to get really wide to make up for being really narrow up at the top.
Kino also not taught to anyone at first. Very hidey shy.
I don't think I'd call myself or Tyrea shy, exactly.
If want to become good friends, but not know how to put in action, then it's exactly same.
I mean, I guess you could say that nearly getting killed and being shy are sort of the same thing.
Of course.
Do tell, how did you two achieve that? Would you teach me the way, please?
Answer is clear as day. Nene prescribed lots of play.
Play?
Also, sharing of yummy snacks and sleep together in same bed. If do that, become family.
Yeah. Look, as long as you don't have commitment issues.
Seems like a lot.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm desperate enough, but, you know, there are parts of it.
Yes. I would really like that, I think.
So, now is best and only chance. No time for hemmings and hawings.
Best and only.
I'm so glad nobody's ever talked to me like that when they were desperate.
Then now Miss Melia go and say, "Hey, Sister Bun, come play."
Right now? I need some time to compose myself.
Oh, if Miss Melia must, but have to promise to ask soon.
Yes, I will. One day very soon.
Shulk, I'd like to play. Hey? Play? What?
I was gonna.
Oh no!
I was gonna say I want that 100% serious scene where like Melia just walks up to Tyrea and just like, I would like to play with you now.
and once we are done, we will sleep in the same bed together.
And then she just like starts touching and playing with her hair.
So I'm not sure if Melia would die of embarrassment or if Tyrea would just outright kill her, like, on the spot.
Probably both at the same time.
Yeah, either way, I don't think Melia's gonna see the light of day ever again. Alright. So after Nonona's last tip about the Pawn Specters, we got another guy just way up here.
Yes? What now?
Alright, what's this asshole want us to kill for him?
So he's been using these stakes to do his surveying work, but they keep going missing.
Well, yeah, when you're using delicious food around carnivores, it's probably not going to last too long.
Yeah, I don't know why he's using the fresh stuff. Like, I don't know, maybe just get a wooden one or a frozen one. Anyway, we just gotta go set this one down to begin with.
I fear I approach my limit.
Someone need help?
I'm actually kind of surprised you survived that.
I'm
Yeah,
disappointed.
I kind of figured that would have been a fatal one, but no, it was good enough to let me get that Pororo's favorite.
Like, before I saw, like, the favorite down there, like, I honestly thought you were aiming for the water and just fucked it up catastrophically.
Yeah, that was my first thought, too. I was like, oh, okay, well, we're getting down to the lake. Well, there's a pretty easy way to do that.
Nah, they hide the Pororo's favorites in a lot of weird places. Alright. Takes in place. Let's go talk to, Akasa?
Yes? What now?
So, yeah. His stakes are being stolen by, some Tyrkin.
Okay, I'm sure if you just, like, hoofed him, like, you know, just really nice with good follow-through, you could probably get him to clear the other side of Junks from here.
Probably?
But sadly, the game won't let you do it.
Yeah. I bet Nene could probably launch him all the way, though.
I appreciate the multiple tries you took to get that boost.
I really wanted the Pawn Spectre boost. I still can't for the life of me remember what it does, but I'll fucking take it.
One more left. Unexpected! Time to join forces! Fight for battery! Perspectives, do it now!
Find treasure! Perspectives till we die!
I appreciate how that Union Strike was, like, completely unnecessary, and yet you did it anyway.
There's no kill like overkill.
Yes? What now?
Oh, I didn't realize that they had murder built into the Pawn Spectre's book.
I thought that just went without saying at this point.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know that's the no pawn way, but, like, I didn't realize that they had, like, legally written it in.
It's rule number 7,283 in the Pawn Spectre rulebook.
Yeah, like, at this point, I'm just expecting, like, the Nopon, like, Bible or sacred text or whatever to just be, like, a somehow even more asshole-ish version of the Ferengi rules of acquisition.
I see.
Alright. And to close off the video for today, we're gonna go give this guy his brother's ID card. Which I think that was, got it off a Telethia thing, like right by the teleporter to Alchemoth.
He had a bangle. You didn't find that too, did you? And then, like, Melia just, like, reaches into her pocket and just, like, no.
Well, I suppose we should go look for it.
Either that or Melia reaches into her pocket and when she pulls her hand out, she's just got her middle finger up. oh, look at that. Look what I found here. Christ, we are never gonna make it to Grandel, are we?
We'll get there eventually.
I'm just like Millhouse on the way to the fireworks factory at this point. When are we getting to Grandel?
Stand against us when we bring our might to bear.
That's because you're both pretty sturdily built.
Huh?
Huh? Why the cold stairs?
Shook, you idiots.
Is there an enemy behind me?
I appreciate they had one of those post-battle dialogues for Future Connected 2.
Also, again, I'm pretty sure that's another, like, stealth Doctor Who reference at Jenna Coleman's expense because, like, the 12th Doctor at one point says, oh, don't worry about it, you're built like a man.